What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants, no hate. So I'm going to talk about Amanda Serrano. We're going to talk about Skye Nicholson, Claressa Shields. And I just want to address, somebody in the comment section asked me to talk about this. And I was going to talk about this anyway. So when I saw the comment, I said, yeah, I'll make that my next video. Just for the record, before I get into it, I had a video about Benavidez versus Morrell. I scratched it. I had a second video about another video. I had to scratch a couple of videos. The reason is because, honestly, it's really not much going on. And the talk, the fight here, I might redo the Benavidez Morrell video. I might. It depends on how I feel. Because I'm really going to say some of the certain similar things in this video in regard to people not wanting to see fights, but yet they complain we don't get fights. So let me say this first of all. Katie Taylor just got her hand raised over Amanda Serrano. I told you guys I felt like Amanda Serrano won. She landed 324 punches to Katie Taylor's 217. That is a big difference. And I could see the difference. Now, I also purposely watched two different highlight videos where clearly, if you watch just the highlight videos, these videos were designed to make Katie Taylor look like she won. Because they only showed her shining. They didn't really, show. They wasn't fair in how they pieced this video together. But if you go by the highlight videos, you think Katie Taylor won. So for you guys that haven't seen the fight, if you want to see who truly won the fight, watch the fight. I respect them both as fighters, what they do in the ring. But also, I understand their limitations and I see what they're not good at. And here's what I want to say. I think Serrano won the fight, plain and simple. I think that the judges didn't like the point deduction. I didn't like the point deduction. There was no intentional headbutting going on. Even for a fighter, if they're rubbing their head against a cut, okay, that's not a headbutt. And the correct term was they were head clashes, okay? A headbutt is you taking your head and using your head or ramming into someone. I've seen Mike Tyson do it. We've seen Victor Ortiz do it to Floyd Mayweather. We've seen headbutts. There was no headbutting. There were head clashes. Both of them have an aggressive come forward. When they come forward, that's what they do. I told you guys, if you watch Katie Taylor, on the outside, she'll move her head. She'll, try to stay out, keep the distance, to where she needed to feel comfortable. But then she lunges in, throw 3, 4, 5 punches at a time, and then get out. Amanda Serrano, she does the same thing in terms of coming forward. She comes in. She doesn't move her head. She just walks in, and basically she tries to catch you with shots. There's nothing but arm punches. She can get some pop on her shot when she catch you with that one clean shot when her feet is planted if you stand in front of her, right? But she doesn't use any head movement. She just comes straight in. So the same thing, when she gets ready to exchange, she dips her head down and she starts to, the same shit Holyfield would do. He tucks his chin, okay, to protect his chin, and he comes in and he starts letting his shit go. That's the same thing Amanda Serrano does. The same exact thing. Now, I also watched videos purposely, because I wanted to make this video, I wanted to bring these points up. And I've already known these things, and I don't want to forget anything. I've watched fights. If you listen to this fight, if you were watching it, you heard the commentary was biased towards Amanda Serrano. Clearly. But I've also watched fights with Katie Taylor, where the commentary was biased to Katie Taylor. Clearly. So if we start getting into the whole back and forth about who said what and who did this and this wasn't right, this was favoritism, that was favoritism, man, it goes 360. Because there's fighters that they do this for. Whoever the favorite fighters are, they can't even hide it. Okay, anybody in New Way fights, he automatically, it's all about a New Way. Okay, so let's look at the action in the ring. Now, when I look at Amanda Serrano fight, I know what I see in her. I look at every fighter. I know what I see in any fighter that I watch. But that fight itself, to me, it should have been a unanimous decision for Amanda Serrano. Even with a point deduction, it was a unanimous decision for Katie Taylor. Can you tell me how someone lands 217 punches to somebody's 324 and they get a unanimous decision win? I told you guys, Katie Taylor was eating too many shots, clean shots coming in. She was getting hit way too much. And there was a big difference in the way the fight, the way the fight was scored versus the way the punches were actually landed. I don't give a shit about a third fight between the two of them. Now, business-wise, they feel like a lot of people, okay, it'd be anticipation because now let's see what happens if she get the decision. Well, even if she was to win, she can say, okay, I finally got one, but I'm still down 2-1. I don't really care about a fight between the two of them again, especially when there's a bunch of excuses made. There's a bunch of things said, or even, because let me explain. Those were head clashes, not intentional headbutts. They both were doing the same shit, both of them. But what made me really got my attention as well is you never heard nobody talking about, oh man, Katie Taylor was headbutting Chantel Cameron. She kept headbutting her. She was fighting dirty. You didn't hear nobody say that shit. You didn't hear nobody talking about no damn headbutting. Until Amanda Serrano's fucking trainer started saying that shit. Same way, you didn't hear nobody talking about no motherfucking, Tyson Fury didn't have pads in his gloves, or unpadded gloves, a floppy glove, all this shit, until after the Deontay Wilder loss in the second fight. And the fight they were referring to, remember, was the first fight, which was a draw. Nobody was talking about that shit. So then when they started trying to add all this stuff together, it's like, okay, now everybody starts repeating it. It's the same situation with this, where nobody was talking about no Chantel Cameron headbutts and this and that. I listened to this and I said, okay, you know what's funny? They talked about it that night, the next day. And then immediately, you notice how everything is about Claressa Shields right now? Oh, she's hating on Serrano. She's this, she's that, she's this. It pains people that Claressa Shields is undefeated. It pains people that Claressa Shields is doing what she's doing, in boxing. She's doing MMA. And regardless to what anybody say, they can talk all the shit they want. Let me tell you where the buck stops. I don't care what you say. You can claim to be the best fighter of all time. You can claim to be the pound for pound best fighter right now. I don't care. Say what you want, think what you want. If you're not willing to fight the fighters that you can fight to prove this, then what you've already done is what you've already done. But against a fighter that you know you're not willing to go to their weight class, it's easy to talk shit. Well, how many losses is on Serrano's record now? 3? Shields have no losses. Yeah, but she was robbed. Okay, let me explain something to you and go on to my next topic, dealing with Amanda Serrano. I respect what Serrano does in the ring, but I respect what Katie Taylor does in the ring. I respect what Shields does in the ring. But clearly, you guys are on this favoritism shit with Amanda Serrano. Amanda Serrano can talk all the shit she wants about whoever. She can say whatever she wants, but when someone corrects her or say something to her, oh, they're hating. Isn't it so funny how when you want to fight somebody, you're a hater? Jerron Boots Ennis wants to fight Terrence Crawford. Crawford doesn't want to fight Boots Ennis. He said it out of his own mouth. He made it clear he has no interest in fighting Boots. But Boots is a hater for wanting to fight Crawford. Keyshawn Davis wants to fight Tank Davis. Says, I don't need you. I just want to fight you and beat you. He's a hater for wanting a fight. Man, what the fuck happened to people? Skye Nicholson was asked about fighting Amanda Serrano. I agree with everything Skye Nicholson said. Everything she said. Plain and simple. If you are holding belts in multiple divisions, you just got beat by Katie Taylor. Now you're saying, I'm still the best fighter at featherweight. You haven't defended your title at featherweight in a year and a half. How long can you hold on to a belt before you have a mandatory? You have to fight. We seen the same shit with Canelo. We seen the same shit with Tyson Fury. We saw the same shit with Wilder when he had the motherfucking belt. And he got some weak ass, Wilder had a weak mandatory in Dominic Brazil. He had a weak mandatory in Bermane Stiverne. You understand what I'm saying? But he at least had mandatories. Fury's had no mandatory. He didn't have to fight nobody. Canelo, he don't fight his mandatories. Amanda Serrano held this belt for the longest. The Charlos held the belts for a long time. They finally ended up stripping Jamel of one of his belts, due to the hand injury and all whatever. But at the same time, we know in boxing there's favoritism, but the fans do the same thing. Let's just be real. Skye Nicholson said she didn't say anything derogatory about Amanda Serrano. And it's funny how all of a sudden, oh, she's hating, she's jealous, oh, she's not on her level, she'll never be able to be, like, all of this talk, blah, 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 blah. See, this is exactly what's wrong with boxing. You fucking fans are just as delusional and toxic as these promoters and these greedy ass fucking fighters and everybody else. That you got fighters that want something, right? But they don't want to put the work in to get it. But then when the fighters say, no, I want that smoke, I want to put in that work. Oh, he ain't ready. She ain't ready. Oh, they just hating. Listen, Skye Nicholson said, plain and simple, I would rather fight and be the champion than have a champion relinquish their belt. But if you're not going to fight me, then relinquish the belt. Simple. She doesn't believe at all, and I don't believe that Amanda Serrano wants to fight her. 4 months ago, there was an interview with Amanda Serrano. Now, I forget the lady, the opponent name that she fought, but she was talking about I want to show people my power, my skill, this, that, and the third. And the commentator, the interviewer says, what would you say about people that say, why would you fight a woman that basically, she only has 14 fights or whatever, and, she hasn't proven anything, she hasn't beaten anybody to prove that she's on your level. Why would you even fight her? What did she say? Well, I mean, she wanted to fight. She asked it, hey, let's go. She wanted to fight. Let's go. Okay, wait. When he brought up Skye Nicholson and said, well, I spoke to Skye Nicholson and she says she wants to fight and you guys are not responding. Well, I'm a fighter, and I fight anybody. At the end of the day, it's up to my promoters. Whoever my promoter want me to fight. But the other girl, quick, I forget her name, but nobody asked for that damn fight. No one asked for that fight. This was just for people who like Amanda Serrano and just to say, okay, we get to see her in the ring. Nobody asked about that damn fight. So how is Skye Nicholson a hater? Because they want the fight. They put the fucking offer out there. Like, hey, they want the fight. Okay, they made it. No, I want the fight. Okay, the ball's in your court, right? You're the star. Let's go. She always, if you listen to her, anytime Skye Nicholson's name comes up, Amanda Serrano does not want to fight her. Is always like dismissive about it. Like she, if you feel you're the best at 126, at 120, 126, defend your belt. Why would you not fight Skye Nicholson? This is the point what I'm saying. Why would you not want to see that fucking fight? Okay. I guess, what's her name? Michaela May. I guess she's a fucking hater too. Yeah. Because now all of a sudden, and I'm reading people comments. She says that her team already made an offer to Katie Taylor. She made an offer to Amanda Serrano to come fight her at 140. She'll fight at 140, or she come to 147 and fight her for a title. And there was no response. And she said, hey, they're the bigger names. They call the shots, but the offer is there. You motherfuckers keep screaming about Alicia Baumgartner should fight her again. I say too, same, hey, why not? Yeah, fight her again. Why not? Why not? Right? It was a close fight the first time. Why not? Isn't it funny though how now all of a sudden now, because people start wanting to claim Serrano as being the greatest over Katie Taylor and over Claressa, that now all of a sudden everybody's hating on Serrano. Yeah, but showbiz, I don't give a fuck what showbiz said. I don't care what none of them say. That's their opinions and their business. See, let me show you something though. And this is, once again, I have to put these motherfuckers on blast. People like showbiz, we already know his agenda. If you've been watching him long enough, you know what his agenda is. Okay? You even got Cameron. See, Cameron, let me explain something. This is something y'all gotta understand. Cameron and May Show, they don't know shit about boxing. They don't even know who the fuck these fighters are. They had fucking Teofimo Lopez on the show. Well, we heard that you had said, this, that. Well, it was all that street shit then. It was all that tough shit then. It was all that gangster shit then. They let this motherfucker come on a platform and try to, say what he said. He didn't come here to apologize or explain himself and try to make peace and make amends to this shit so nobody's feeling uncomfortable about what he said. He came here to try to, man, I just said, people want to take that way, they take it that way. Where was all that shit then? Now, Cameron, what he did on his platform was he said 1.5 million people watch Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. This is the most viewed female fight of all time, and this, that. Okay, now, let's explain something. They didn't headline. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul headline. Take Mike Tyson and Jake Paul off of that shit. How many people you think is tuning in? Do you think the amount of eyes that was on that card? Do you think now that fight itself is a main event, but it wasn't the main event? And I guarantee you, I know for a fact, we know that their numbers paled in comparison to the amount that everybody don't tune in and watch the whole card. They just want to watch the main event. You got the casuals, or even if they got the TV on, they might be doing some shit. They ain't even watching the fucking, what I seen is what I saw. Pretty much, like I said, I saw that bullshit YouTube shit. I saw Serrano. I saw her and Taylor. I saw Jake Paul and Tyson and the other goddamn fight. But bottom line is Mario Barrios. I saw those fights. I told you I didn't see Shadeja Green or whatever. I didn't see any of those fights because I didn't see it live. So I guess on the replay they don't play the prelims. So I didn't see any of that. I saw what they considered the main cards fights. Okay, whatever. But Claressa Shields DMs Cameron and tell him, I got the most views. I had over 2 million views. Me and Savannah Marshall had over 2 million views on an all-women's card. Makes a big difference, doesn't it? And facts are facts. So what is she hating about? So when you see people like Showbiz and all these other people that keep piggybacking, all making the same fucking videos, the same topics, they're all saying the same shit. Why? It's the popular answer, and they expect people to gang up on Claressa. Oh, she's hating. So if you go with that narrative, yeah, you're going to get more views and likes and subscribers because you're going with the narrative that she's hating. Listen, I don't really give a fuck if Shields thinks she's the best, Serrano thinks I don't care who the fuck, Katie, whoever. I don't care who they think they're the best. You fight at the weight classes that you can fight at. You will never see Shields versus Serrano. She's too fucking little to fight Shields. And she will not go up to 154 pounds to fight Shields. First of all, let's break this down. Katie Taylor, she has better footwork. She knows how to get in and out. She throws combinations. And she has heart. She's smarter than Amanda Serrano. But stylistically, the problem with Katie Taylor is she's good from the outside, right? Once she gets inside with Serrano, that's where it all falls apart. Once again, women don't throw their shit from here. They do this shit. Rock'em sock'em robot shit. That's literally how they punch, right? She does that shit. She gets in close. She's outside. She'll move her head. She'll slip. She'll dance around. But as soon as she comes for the attack, she just jumps in, tucks her head, and does this shit. Amanda does the same thing. So the problem with Katie Taylor is Amanda Serrano knows how to time her. better than she knows how to time Serrano. Not to mention, Serrano can hurt her easier than she can hurt her. Than Katie can hurt her. So once Serrano starts letting her hands go, it becomes all arm punches. She can catch you with that first big shot. That's how she hurts you. If she catch you with that first big shot. But let's just be real, man. Neither one of them do nothing better than Claressa. Claressa see what's coming. She has a sharper, stiffer, quicker jab. Her movement is better. Her defense is better. She's quicker without having to move all around. She can fight on the back foot if she have to. She can fight on the front foot. She's not afraid to mix it up. She got fast hands, and she hits hard enough for people to know you don't want to keep getting hit with this shit. Neither one of them do anything better than Claressa Shields. Neither one of them. Me watching the fight, I watched it twice, then I watched it a third time because I'm looking at their fight, Katie Taylor and Serrano, and I'm looking at Alicia Baumgardner, right? And that's the fight that I'm more interested in as far as them, not Shields with them. They're too fucking little, and Katie, look, they're not going to go to 154. The only one that might actually go to 154 maybe is Michaela Mayer. And she has a little height, so she may be the only one. The rest of them they're not going to go to 154. They're going to cry 147 or nothing. You understand what I'm saying? 140 or whatever. As a matter of fact, the only one talking about 147 is Baumgardner. You don't hear Katie Taylor. You don't hear Serrano talking about fighting Shields. She talking shit and saying I'm not scared. I'm this. You can call yourself whatever. You can try to steal her phrase and call yourself the GOAT and all that. It doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck about that. I know if it came to a fight, I will bet any one of you. You see, the only reason people are comfortable because they know the fight's not going to happen. Shields would beat the shit out of Katie Taylor. She would beat the shit. She would really beat the shit out. She beat the shit out of both of them, but especially Amanda Serrano. Amanda Serrano has no fucking head movement whatsoever. She has no fucking footwork. She's good at coming forward, right? She don't mind taking your punch. She'll try to beat you to the punch. She'll try to cut your shot. And then she start throwing flurries at you to keep you going back. Now, if you don't have good conditioning, this is where Amanda Serrano gets you. This is why she liked the 3-minute, 12 rounds. Because if you don't have her type of conditioning, she'll wear you out. That's what she does. She keeps coming, she's like Pac-Man. Keep coming. Or Miss Pac-Man, whatever the fuck. She keep coming. That's what she does. Here's the problem. The problem with the women, they're not cerebral enough. The type of, that shit wouldn't work. That style would not work with Shields. What the fuck do you think Amanda Serrano is going to present to Claressa Shields that Savannah Marshall couldn't present to her? What problem do you think she's going to present? And Savannah Marshall has way better upper body and head movement. She's a better fighter. She don't have as many accomplishments. She's a much bigger woman. She can't go down so far. And basically, the highest you can go in the women's division is 175. I don't give a fuck how many titles you win. In terms of saying pound for pound, I've won more titles, I've done this. Great. It means something. Manny Pacquiao has won more titles than Floyd, who won when they fought. So I don't give a fuck about that. This is the point what I'm saying. All of this pound for pound ranking shit and how people see things, you don't hear me get caught up in that shit. Because all it is, example, let's say if Inoue was considered pound for pound the best fighter, do you think Inoue could fucking fight Canelo and beat him? Do you think he could beat Usyk and beat him? So my point, it doesn't matter. You got pound for pound because of what you accomplished in your weight class versus what other people have accomplished. So now when it's going up and down in weight classes, well, is it fair that people like Canelo was able to get a pass because he get this bullshit invisible belt that allows him to go up and down and pick and choose whatever fighter he wants? How many fighters get that? So right, you were given opportunities that other fighters wasn't given. Listen, Shields versus Taylor, not happening. Shields versus Amanda Serrano, not happening. Shields versus Alicia Baumgardner, not happening because none of them are going to go to 154. The only one, like I said, that might go to 154, the only one might be Michaela Mayer. And she might try to go up, train, don't like how she feel, and all of a sudden pull out. It's easy to run your mouth. Why would Shields have to go to 147 anyway? I don't give a fuck about what she said. That's what a Baumgartner's holding on to. Be a woman of your word. You said, hey, Alicia, you called her out. You made all this noise, but you're not willing to go to 154. So you have to sit your little ass down and fight people in your weight class that you feel comfortable fighting. It's as simple as that. Let's be real. People look at Skye Nicholson. I was reading comments. All she does is run. Oh, she couldn't lace Amanda Serrano's boots. She couldn't do this. She couldn't do that. And okay. Fuck what y'all talking about. Make the fucking fight. This is what I don't like. When Terrence Crawford went up to 154, I told you guys, he was still holding on to the belts at 147. Still was holding on. Here's my thing. If Terrence Crawford had said, I'm still the best at 147, Jerron Boots Ennis could have easily said, bro, you were the best at 147, but I got one of your belts. We never fought. You scared to come get it? Because if you're going off the 154, stop talking about 147. Let the belts go. Simple. That's how that works. Now, do I think Boots should hurry up and try to go to 154 before Terrence Crawford decides to retire? And not necessarily, and I'm going to tell you why. Even if he goes to 154, Crawford still is not going to fight him unless he becomes a mandatory. He just doesn't want to fight Boots. He's not going to make the money he wants against Boots. Now, at the end of the day, when you get to the point where you use any excuse to not fight somebody, another excuse will also develop. Y'all seem to forget, too. The older these fighters get, y'all keep putting shit in y'all head. Y'all fucking thought Mike Tyson was going to be able to come back and turn the clock back. I guarantee you, and I've said it before and I'm going to say it again, if Terrence Crawford ended up somehow, some way getting in there with Boots and Boots beat his ass, the first thing y'all going to start doing, oh man, well, he was 38, he's 39, he's 40, he's what? Well, he should have fought the motherfucker when he was younger then. When he could, because at the end of the day, it's always excuses for a fight to not happen. Since when does a fucking fighter supposed to think the way a fan does? A fan think he or she knows about boxing because they watch it, but they never sparred, trained, did nothing, never fought nobody. A fan think that they can call the fucking shots because they repeat what fucking commentators say. A fan think that they know boxing because they play fucking video games. A fan think that they know boxing because they have people telling them shit, showing favoritism and being biased, and they do not even know. Y'all like them motherfuckers that go to church, and you ask them about their faith and question, they can't answer nothing. And then when you read a scripture to them, they go, I never heard that. Yeah, because you don't read. People tell you what the fuck to believe. You don't even understand the scriptures that you read. So what the fuck can you stand for? How can you defend something that you can't even explain? This is what the same type of thing. They have no knowledge of anything. They just basically, somebody is telling them who is like going into a room going, who we supposed to be rooting for? Okay, Amanda Serrano, which one is she? Oh, okay, cool. All right, this is what people do. All of these people know. If you say that something about Claressa Shields, people are going to go in a negative way. You're going to get more of a positive response to your comments than when you stand up for what's right. Men and women don't get along. Right now, there's a big thing with men and women. People don't want to get married no more. Relationships are not working. So when Claressa Shields is speaking on behalf of women's boxing, period, when she's basically speaking against people that's giving false information, false narratives, oh, she's hating. Oh, now because a man don't agree with a woman, oh, men are hating on women. Oh, this basically has nothing to fucking do. Like, for Cameron and for the people that's like making fun because she got knocked out by a man, got dropped by a man, okay, Cameron wouldn't do it to her. We say the video of Cameron get chased up out the park, right? Now imagine if somebody said that another rap crew sold more records than any other rap crew from Harlem, but it turns out that, the Dipset sold more. Don't you think Cameron or whoever the fuck was in their little group would be like, we sold more than everybody? That's all Shields did. We had the most views. And it was the headline. Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor wasn't. So without Mike Tyson, without a Jake Paul, without any men on the card, guess what? Shields versus Marshall outsold them. That's facts. So where the fuck is she lying? And because she's voicing her opinion and how she feel about, man, listen. If Claressa Shields was of any other ethnicity other than Black American, whatever ethnicity she'd be, the people of her country would be doing the same shit they doing for Serrano right now. You see the problem, and I'm going to say this shit, and I mean this shit. Because I've been addressing you Sambos for the longest. All you little Sambos ass kissers out there, y'all keep going against black people, right? Y'all make excuses for the black people that's a bunch of lying motherfuckers. But the black people that's out here making it happen and doing their thing, y'all go against that. Because y'all too stupid to realize that racist people don't want to see Claressa Shields get the nod over somebody that's not black. They don't want to see that. You see how quick they turned on Alicia Baumgartner. They didn't give a fuck about her doing steroids and none of that shit when it was talking about her versus Shields. And I told you, all the shit she was doing was trying to make a diversion. She was trying to deflect so they forget about the whole steroid thing. Oh, yeah, we need this. It was all these ignorant black folks. Yo, we need this. No, you don't. No, you don't. And you still don't understand why. You motherfuckers don't understand. Let me just be blunt. If you look at all these comments in different fucking channels, right? With Amanda Serrano, look at how many people make a comment in her defense and then put the Puerto Rican flag up there next to their comment. What do you think they're telling you? And they don't give a fuck. If she did something that they felt was wrong, it's not going to be wrong because they're going to support her. I'm not telling y'all to do that, but that's what y'all do. Y'all support the motherfucker that's full of shit. Amanda Serrano, I'm not judging her based on what nobody else say. I'm not judging Katie Taylor on what nobody else say. If I was training my fucking fighter to fight it, I'd tell him Serrano has no footwork, man. She got good pop on her punch when she can plant her feet. Depending on what my fighter's abilities are, weaknesses and strengths, of course, that's what we're going to come up with the game plan with. I'm going to tell y'all something. Like I said, I'm not concerned with Shields fighting. None of them. I'm not even focused on that. The only one, like I said, might be Michaela Mayer. She has some height, and if you look at her, even her face done filled out, you can see that Michaela Mayer walks around much heavier than she fights at. So she might be the only one. Now, in terms of Skye Nicholson. Skye Nicholson has better footwork, better movement, better head movement, better defense. She might be able to pull off a more clear win. Why? An actual clear win. Why? She doesn't throw combinations. She throws one punch at a time, but she's accurate. She picks her shots wisely. What I don't know about Skye Nicholson is her level of toughness. I've never seen her in a real dogfight. You guys seem to think because somebody walked forward with no head movement, no footwork, and they face look like it been through a meat grind at the end of the fight. Y'all seem to think that that's the only way to be a good fighter. Y'all think that, y'all don't understand that. So, I don't know for sure that Skye Nicholson, I don't know how tough she is. Like, let's say, for example, she throws a shot, Serrano cracks her and hurts her. Can she keep her balance together and fight smart? You understand? Can she? I mean, she's a fighter. She trains. You would think that she should be able to, but you just never know. We saw Jared Anderson go against Piccoli, and we saw that Jared Anderson, no, he didn't have that toughness. What did I tell you all about him? I've seen him take some shots from guys like what's the guy? Martin, the same, and I say he got hit with shots he shouldn't have got hit with. And Charles Martin. And the thing is, he fight guys like I haven't seen him get really cracked by a really big puncher. And we know that Piccoli had that toughness. But see, the thing was, not only was he able to hit Jared Anderson and hurt him, but he was able to hit him with whatever punch he wanted to. And Jared didn't. He showed he don't have the ability to switch up. Okay. He didn't have that toughness. He didn't have the mental toughness. He fought stupidly after he got hit. He fought stupidly from the very beginning. But let me say this. From the very beginning, him not moving too much wasn't so much of a bad idea, because you don't want to come out and meet Martin, because we know you never seen Jarrett just come out and just jump on his bike to have Bacoli think, okay, yeah, he don't want to engage. Because now Bacoli going to fight the only way he knows how to fight anyway. You understand what I mean? It's the same way with Amanda Serrano. Amanda Serrano can't fight off the back foot. She don't know a different way to fight. She fight the way she does. She's good at it, but it's not like her style is unbeatable, man. Her style, she's limited. The women's divisions are not deep like that. They don't have fighters that can take advantage of those type of things. Katie Taylor is the closest thing you have. That's in her weight class. Skye Nicholson is at 126, which, like I said, Amanda Serrano hasn't defended her title in over a year and a half. But now you're making the claim you're still the best fighter at 126. Skye Nicholson wants to fight. Why would you fight anybody else? For what reason? What excuse would you have? Why would your team not want you to fight Skye Nicholson? Skye Nicholson wins. Katie Taylor's old now. Amanda Serrano's old now. That's the first thing that there's always going to be some excuse. Okay? I think Serrano's a good fighter, but she still have her limitations and her flaws. A lot of them. Katie Taylor, good fighter. She's not as flawed as... She's not as flawed. She has better overall movement and all that, but she's not as flawed as Serrano. The thing is, like I said, Serrano knows how to time her. She knows how to cut her shot. She knows, and Taylor doesn't really know. Her thing is, let my hands go. You're going to hit something. If you watch, she fights everybody with the in and out. That's just the way she fights. Skye Nicholson basically doesn't want to fight on the inside if she don't have to. I've seen her fight, go on the front foot with certain fighters. Those fighters wasn't as much of a threat as Amanda Serrano would be. But Serrano's there to get hit. And let me tell you what could very well happen. You guys can try to, not see it this way. That's fine. But what could very well happen, them little slaps, before you know it, guess what? Eyes are starting to swell. Serrano's cut. Yeah. Lip busted. Okay. Now all of a sudden your eyes starting to... Yeah. This very well can happen. Her scar tissue is crazy, though. If you look at Serrano's face, it's funny. I saw a picture of Serrano without makeup on, man. Like up close. Like just really looked at her. Like not in the ring. Just a picture. You could tell she's a bleeder. Like it don't take much. It's easy to get her to... And I'm looking at Serrano's face, and I'm like, yeah, man. I'm looking at her movement. I'm looking at her. If Skye Nicholson was to fight Serrano and fight her fight, there's no reason she shouldn't win, unless she just get caught with something that she just couldn't handle. Serrano's not that big of a puncher. She's a volume accumulation. That's what she does. She does have good power. She can crack you, like I said, when she plant her feet. But the majority of her punches are all arm punches. Skye Nicholson knows how to move. She's very defensively sound and basically throwing a lot of punches and making the motherfucker miss. Let me tell you, it's like a Marcos Maidana Floyd situation. If Serrano's coming in and she's throwing all those punches and she's not really landing on shit, and all of a sudden she's getting tagged because Skye would throw a good 1-2, move, boom, 1-2, shot to the body, what I'm saying, upstairs, but she's very strategic. That's why people look at her and think, oh, she don't have enough. Amanda Serrano is just one-dimensional. I've yet to see Skye Nicholson fight and look like she can't, like she can't do the rounds. Now, she said one of the excuses that Amanda Serrano may try to make is, because see, this is what I don't like that Serrano's doing. I don't like this. Now, here's my thing. If you fight any woman and your fights are, 12 2-minute rounds or whatever it is, right? and you say, I'll fight this person under the condition, right? 12 rounds, 3 minutes a round. Don't put stipulations on certain people. You know, don't, look, because to me, it's like you might feel like you need that extra minute because you might feel like you got better stamina than that person. It's like you trying to get another advantage. If all the fights are not going to be, this is why I said they need to either leave the women's fights 2 minutes around for 12 rounds, or make it only the championship fights at 3 minutes then. However, but it should be for everybody. This is what I don't like, that whole I'll fight this person under the condition. What the fuck, man? Now, my thing is, I like what Skye Nicholson said. She said that she might try to use that as an excuse. She said, but listen, I personally feel like to keep women's boxing exciting, I would prefer the 2 minute rounds. You know why I don't have a problem with the 2 minute rounds either? Because it make them work harder. That's why. Because if they start with that extra minute, now all of a sudden it's like, certain fighters, most of them won't. And most women, when they fight, like I said, there's no real rhyme or reason. They just start. And that's not boxing, man. So I think they're better off with the 2 rounds. See, the problem, this is the thing. When people look at the 2 minute rounds, they go, oh, see, they should, man, if the women had 3 minutes, man, then if they had 3 minutes, they would have some boring fights just like the men as well. You think, you got to understand, when you're talking about female boxing, you got like almost 2 handfuls of women that's really noticeable. Almost 2 handfuls. Almost. You look at who's out there in the women's divisions. Who the fuck is everybody really, really talking about? So when I look at, the situation of Serrano and Skye Nicholson, you could be helping to build another star in Skye Nicholson. Because, what if she goes in there, let's say Serrano win, but Skye holds her own, and people going, damn, she did better than I thought she'd do. But if she beats Serrano, and I'm not guaranteeing she beats Serrano, but I am telling you, she has what it takes to beat her. It's a matter of just going in there and focusing from the first to the last round, sticking to your game plan. Serrano can't do anything different. Serrano, look, if anybody watches Serrano and all you doing is saying, yeah, she won this amount of fights, she won this amount of titles, listen to what I'm telling you and go watch her fight. She has 0 footwork, 0 head movement. She's there to be hit. She'll take a hit. She'll take 2 or 3 just to give you one. She's that type of fighter, okay? She's energetic, and she comes to fight. She's tough, and she's not scared to get hit. She wants to fight. She's a solid fighter. I like what she does. I understand everybody don't have the same skill set. What I'm telling you is what she lacked is exactly what can be taken advantage of against someone like Skye Nicholson. Skye Nicholson, people calling her a runner and all that. Well, you'd be a shitty-ass trainer. Because it's easy to run your mouth and talk that shit. First of all, she's not that big of a puncher at all. Okay? And basically with Skye, she'd be stupid to stand there and try to fight Serrano the way you want her to fight her. What, you're going to be satisfied just to say, oh, I respect her because she stood there and got knocked out because she fought stupidly? No. Basically, why would you fucking concern yourself with how she fights? If you think she's a runner, if Serrano thinks she's a runner, cut the fucking ring. And the better question is, why would, since she said it's up to her team, well, why doesn't her team see Skye Nicholson as a worthy opponent? No, they know she's a worthy opponent. There's no way in hell you watch Skye Nicholson fight and think that she's not. Well, who else is then? Who else is? And the fact of the matter is, if you're going to hold the belts at 126, then you need to fight somebody. You need to drop back down and defend the title at 126. They're already talking about trying to make a third fight with her and Katie Taylor. Goddamn, I get sick of all these trilogies for no reason. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, the first 2 tough fights, yeah, they were exciting fights and all. Yeah, so fucking what? Man, there's other fighters out there. Then, okay, cool. Let the belts go at 126 then. Then you can stay there. Y'all can fight 6 times for all I care. But stop holding up the division. That's the only problem I had with Canelo. With that shit, as far as like what he's doing, I didn't like that shit. Come on, bro. You over here talking shit about being the cash cow and the pound for pound, the king, the face of boxing and all that. But then, why you think he don't want to fight motherfucking Bivol again? Canelo fucking put his foot in his mouth, and all them Canelo fans sat there and made excuses, and then they got real quiet. Mauricio Suleiman making that excuse about Bivol being from Russia and talk about, we can't have people that support the war. What the fuck make you think Bivol supports the war? Where you get that from? Canelo even said if Bivol was to beat that guy, I forget the Mexican fighter, same guy that was like he want to fight Canelo regardless. I don't know why Canelo's saying he don't want to fight Mexican fighter. I want to fight anybody. Why do you think? Well, now what happened? Bivol beat the guy. Remember, y'all know what I'm talking about. I forget his name. And what did Canelo say? Canelo said if Bivol wins, he'll fight him, but if Bivol loses, then he won't fight him. Why would you care who the fuck beat Bivol? Bivol beat you soundly. That fight never happened. Bivol said to make it even better, I fight him at 168. He still don't want the fight. Okay. Any Canelo fan that want to sit here and be delusional and act like that's not the case, it's something else. No, it's not Mauricio Suleiman. And guess what? Even if it's for a different belt other than the WBC. Like y'all talk about, just for legacy's sake or whatever. Well, Bivol don't have to do that for legacy's sake. He already beat Canelo. Canelo already has a win at 175. So I'm not trying to hear that bullshit about he was too small. Here's the thing, right? When Bivol beat Canelo, all the excuses about Canelo dared to be great, Canelo, went up and fought a killer. No. Way before that fight happened, when we knew it was going to happen, before the fight happened, what was we hearing? Bivol's not that guy, man. Bivol's too basic. Bivol has always been a basic dude, but he sticks to what he does, and he's disciplined with his game plan. No special effects about Bivol. He's a good, solid fighter. Now, when you say basic, that doesn't mean like, he's not a good fighter. No. He just doesn't go overboard and out his way to try to be fancy and try to please the fans. No, he just basically stick to the basics, and it works for him. And he basically made Canelo look like shit there that night, man. Like, Canelo couldn't keep up, couldn't fuck with him. All right? Now, guess what? Y'all talk about you always want to beat the guy that beat you. I agree. Why does Canelo get a fucking pass? Canelo don't want to fight Bivol. And what happened? Bivol won the fight. No fight. You think that Mauricio can stop Canelo from fighting? Only thing he can tell him is he don't want to let him put the WBC on the line. Because that's the most he can't tell him he can't fucking fight. This is when the fuck a damn sanctioning body fucking president can tell you who the fuck you can and can't fight. The fuck out of here. Nah, if he wants to fight, he can fight. He don't want to fight Bivol. It's as simple as that. He don't want to fight Terrence Crawford. But he didn't have no problem with Jermell Charlo jumping up 2 fucking weight classes to fight him. So this is my point. He didn't have a problem with Jaime Munguia coming up to fight him. He didn't have a problem with the last dude he just fought. But this is my point. We always want to make excuses for certain people. I don't make no fucking excuses. What I'm telling you is, I know when it comes down to the fighters that you show favoritism to, you don't want to admit anything about their flaws and them doing something that was basically not the noble thing to do. Not the courageous thing to do. And y'all want to make these, foolish excuses, but the truth of the matter is this. When it comes to boxing, the condition that boxing is in terms of the sport itself and people like the fights being action-packed and the fans feeling like they got their money's worth, it's never a full balance. Because even if you get a good card, then all of a sudden you get some trash happening. It's never a good balance all around. And like boxing, it's just too much going on in boxing. Too many different promoters, too many different personalities, just too much shit going on. To where it's like, what should I actually be watching? What should I be watching? The PBC? Should I be watching these, these Riyadh fights? What should I be watching? Because it's just so much. And then the thing about it is, it's almost like boxing federations and shit. And you watch these fights and it's like, what the fuck did I just watch? Now when you got guys that want to fight, that's part of why, like, the video with Benavidez versus Morrell, same thing. Everybody bitched and complained about Canelo ducking both of them. But then when they get the fucking fight between the two of them, oh man, he ain't ready. Tim Bradley's talking about dude's going to struggle and he's not ready out. I'm like, y'all are so quick to try to tear a fight apart. But then when you can't get the fight, y'all calling these fighters duckers. But then when they fucking step up and want to fight, they're not ready. Look, man, would you respect Keyshawn Davis if he said, hey, light skin, I don't want to fight you though. I know I could beat you, but I don't want to fight you. No, you wouldn't respect it. Oh, you can beat him, but you don't want to fight him. Because you don't even respect when he's telling him, I don't need you, but I want to fight you because I want to beat you. Y'all don't, oh man, he ain't ready. Skye Nicholson ain't ready. Nobody's ready. So who the fuck should Amanda Serrano fight next? Y'all want a 30 fight with Katie Taylor? Whatever, so be it. I don't give a fuck about it. It's like, we done seen this shit already. We don't win, but it's because of controversy in both fights. Well, you know what, man? I really don't give a fuck. And you know what's going to happen? Katie Taylor is going to fight the same fucking way. Amanda Serrano is going to fight the same fucking way. The only one between the two of them that would be able to make a significant adjustment may be Katie. And the thing with Katie would be she has to move, fight her fight, but she can't let Amanda time her. Did she go to the body a little bit more? Did she feint some more? Did she, what did she do? Can she fight lateral movement? Like, she would be, if any, between the two, and I don't even see her doing that. But between the two of them, she would be the one that can switch and do something different. Amanda Serrano's not going to switch and do anything. She can't. She doesn't know how. She fights the way she fights. Marvin Hagler, Iran Barkley, you understand? She's from that club. Mike Tyson, she's from that club. I only know how to do this. Marv could box a little. Yeah, Marv could get on the back foot and move around a little if he wanted to, but he wasn't really punching when he was doing it. He just moved, control the distance, break your momentum. I seen him do it against the Beast Mugabe, shit like that, But bottom line, she's that type of fighter. She doesn't know how to switch up and do shit different. So you're going to get the same exact fight. And they're going to have head clashes and all this bullshit. And it's going to be a bunch of complaints or whatever. Look, at the end of the fucking day, I don't care about a third fight. If you're going to fight somebody else at 140, if you're going to, whatever weight class you decide, are you going to fight Baumgartner next? You understand what I'm saying? Who? But if you're not going to fight anybody at 126, I agree. Okay, with Nicholson. Then just let the fucking belts go so they can fight it out. And then, of course your fans are going to say, well, she never lost. She still is the best featherweight. And you're going to say the same thing. But the reality is going to be, well, yeah, you wouldn't defend your fucking belts. You decided to let the belts go. Now, if she let the belts go, what weight class is she going to stay at? Because the women, that's what they do. Up and down, up and down, up and down. What is she going to stay at? Instead of bitching about the fights, y'all should want to see the fights. And if you are so disgusted and so appalled about, the headbutts and all, why the fuck do you even care to see a third fight where the same shit's going to happen? And see, if they're going to sit here and keep bringing up headbutts, which basically it was head clashes, not headbutts, but if they're going to sit here and keep bringing that shit up, and now all of a sudden they're saying Katie's a dirty fighter and all this shit, and now people are, they need to sue her and all this, she should be banned, or they should review the fight and overturn the decision, and all this shit they're saying. I'm like, where was all this shit before? Because if she was headbutting Chantel Cameron and she was doing all this shit before, that means y'all didn't give a fuck that she was being a dirty fighter against other fighters because they not Puerto Rican. Because that's all I fucking see is comments about Baricua this, Baricua that, Puerto Rican flag, and Amanda, like, we know she's a Puerto Rican. So fucking what? We don't give a fuck about that. We're looking at the fighters. That's what we're looking at, and the fights themselves. And that's why I keep telling you stupid motherfucking black content creators, y'all out here sucking all this ass, trying to fucking fit in with somebody else's narrative. But these motherfucking racist ass people is saying all this shit about Claressa Shields simply because she's black. The same way they did Venus and Serena. They talked all this shit, and they both was whooping ass, especially Serena. And they always tried to find a non-black tennis player to say was better than Serena. It's not until Serena retired that she got the nod as being the greatest tennis player of all times. And you think that the men agree with that? You think John McEnroe and all these other dudes, they don't agree with that shit? No. Despite her accolades. Now, you tell me I'm wrong. Tennis is not a black-dominated sport by no stretch of the mind. If she was not black and she was European, you trying to fucking tell me she wouldn't have got that nod way before she retired as the greatest tennis player of all time? Especially if she had been a man. So this whole men versus women bullshit that's going on in sports, it's so crazy because at what point do men brag about a woman getting knocked out by a dude? And this is my point about even like what Cameron said, because he don't know shit about boxing. He don't understand what the fuck, him or Mace, they don't know what the fuck is going on. You can tell they don't even watch boxing. They just see highlights and, okay, what we going to talk about on our show tomorrow. That's what they do. But at the same time, you see, based on people that watch your show and say they don't know the story with Shields or whoever, they just going by what the fuck you say. They like to sit and laugh and clown and talk a lot of bullshit and all that. That's what they do. They don't know shit about boxing, though. Neither one of them. So, all that fucking sucking ass, now, is it just ironic? Let's just be real. First, you got Tiafimo on your show talking all types of bullshit. Now you over here sucking ass for Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, and you still didn't do your homework and do your, people don't even care if what they're saying is true anymore. They just report news. That's it. That's it. They just report news. But then when somebody correct you with facts and truth, they're haters. And you don't understand that shit? Man, people just get to the point, man, where they defend bullshit. But like, I give you an example. They come from the rap world, right? You know, in battle rap, rappers say a whole lot of bullshit. You think the motherfuckers telling the truth? Nigga, I still at the top of your block. While you on your knees begging with hope? Nigga, you look up and see the scope. I ain't gonna pull the trigger. Psych, nope. Bow, nigga, you. All that, that's all they talk about. Buckshot Shorty just got jumped, right? Got beat up a couple of weeks ago, whatever it was. People was on the comment section only because he's a rapper, because he's a legend. If it would have been Mike the Milkman, who gives a fuck? Fuck him. That man got a family and kids too. He's a good dude. He's a fucking asset to his community, but I don't know that nigga. He ain't from my community. That's what they about. But they'll sit here and defend bullshit. Bullshit. To support battle rap or whatever the fuck that they feel like they represent and they're part of. So when people run that video of Cameron getting chased up out that fucking park, what's his excuse for that? He'll probably try to laugh and joke it all. Hey, fuck it, man. Niggas was coming. I was out, my nigga. Fuck that. Okay. But the thing is, it'll be facts that you ran. While your man was getting his ass whooped, you ran. Shields is not telling you her opinion. She's telling you facts. But she's a hater. And here's the deal. We know it's black people's own fault that there's no unity. Once again, you will support a lying black fighter, a full of shit black fighter, but you won't support the ones who's out here really making it happen. But then you'll let somebody who's racist as fuck come sit on your platform and use your platform to talk all types of falsehoods and bullshit. And not even apologetic. So they talk about your mama, your daddy, you, me. They talk about all of us when they talk that bullshit. Just like when I see these racist ass Trump supporters punching women in the face, black women in the face. Huh? Did y'all see the one? They was telling them black dudes, get the fuck out of here. We don't want your vote. Go vote for Kamala Harris. We don't need you. We're not for you. Your kind is not welcome here. Yeah, jumped them and everything. Beat the black dudes up. I said, good for them. They didn't stomp the teeth out their fucking mouth. Stupid asses trying to fit in where they not wanted. Out here supporting Trump. And who are they using to, like, this is what Trump does. Everybody I hate, everybody I show racism to, I'm going to get somebody from that ethnicity to come stand up here and be my slave. And when they look up and see that, they're going to go, Trump is all right. So while Kamala Harris is out here shaking her ass with Glorilla, Trump is in McDonald's serving food. Hey, meeting and greeting people. Oh, Trump's a hell of a guy. Oh, shit, this is oh, my, yeah. Let's take the same old rap. Let's go get some rappers up here and shake our ass and show I'm going to be a cool president. Let me all this. Just saying, right? And what the blacks and Latinos is doing. We gonna go vote for this racist dude. That's definitely racist against us. Definitely. They got neo-Nazis walking all over Ohio. Y'all seen it? Mason people, huh? Blurring out racial slurs. Motherfucker, y'all not back in the country, y'all. Y'all not in Germany, motherfucker. Y'all in Ohio. Nothing against Asian people. I like people in general. I got my family's mixed. I got friends from everywhere. But get the fuck out of my face with all this bullshit. When you fucking come to another country, like you see all these stop Asian hate signs and all that, and I'm like, motherfucker, we not in China, we not in Japan, we not in Thailand, we not. What the fuck, y'all? Look. Do you know in China right now, there's a bunch of fucking powerful Chinese men that's under investigation for beating up Chinese women that rejected them? Do you hear motherfuckers walking all over China going, stop Asian hate? Huh? Japan got some similar shit going on. You know what you don't see? Chinese on Chinese crime. Japanese on Japanese crime. Let's just keep it fucking real. Then you got a bunch of videos of Asian people doing foul shit to people. What about the fucking Newark airport situation where the Asian dude walked up and stabbed the white lady in the face? Yeah, cut her open and all that. Yeah. See, this is what I'm saying. But I notice on all these videos, stop Asian hate, they show the same 4 black dudes over and over. And you got like 50 fucking thousand content creators on TikTok all talking about stop Asian hate. And they keep showing the same 4 videos, but they won't show all of the videos. And there's no excuse for nobody to do this shit. No excuse for nobody. But y'all still don't understand. Y'all still don't want to wake up. And I saw a video where Asian people were saying, hey, it's fucked up that the black people won't stand with us and they go through the same thing in this country. Ain't it funny how y'all silent as fuck though? When black people going through what they go through in this country, and then you got people trying to tell us what it's like to be black in this motherfucker like you black. We not back in your country. We here. But even being here, people think they can come here and have rules just set for them. Like, fuck who was born here, or fuck who came here since they was kids and became a citizen. We here now. And no. I'm not with anybody being brutalized and hurt for no reason and attacked. No. Just like you got gay people talk about, people attacking me because I'm gay. But then all of a sudden you see shit with somebody supposed to be straight, but hanging out in a gay bar, and they get attacked by gay people. But nobody talks about that. You understand? So people always showing some type of favoritism. What I'm telling y'all, this ain't about favoritism. It's stand up for who the fuck you are and what you are. And understand why people are verbally assaulting Claressa Shields. Oh man, this bitch thinks she can beat men. So fucking what? You got men that think they can beat men. And go in there and get brutalized in the ring and get knocked the fuck out and then piss you off because you wasted your money on a bullshit pay-per-view. So fucking what? Big deal. You got women that think a whole lot of shit. You got dudes that think a whole lot of shit. Some of y'all men think y'all fucking women. So what? Yeah, talk about that shit. Nah, because if I talk about that, they might ban my channel. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, because y'all not men. That's the problem. Got dudes walking around switching, got big asses and titties and painting their nails with a fucking beard. So, yeah, she thinks she can beat men and men think that they're women. So we have a problem. We have a little dilemma, don't we? The fuck out of here, man. Grow up. Wake up. Understand what's going on. None of this shit that you hear has nothing to do with the performance in the ring. And like I said, nor Katie Taylor, nor Amanda Serrano will be a problem for Claressa Shields. She will fuck both of them up. Badly. She will fuck both of them up. Katie Taylor would probably do better because of her in and out style, where it's not like it's going to be hard for Shields to find her. It's just Katie moves more. Amanda's right there to be hit, man. And she ain't strong enough for fucking Shields to have to back up and fight on the back foot. But Shields can do all that shit. This is where people are not understanding. Even with her pound for pound status, all of them, they see how it's funny how it went from, oh, Katie Taylor. Now all of a sudden, Katie Taylor's like maybe the 3rd or 4th most hated fucking woman in boxing now. She's a cheater. She's dirty. She's this, she's that. And see, here's my thing. Like I said, the fact that nobody was saying this shit all before the last fight, that goes to show you how people just repeat what they hear. And I've seen comments where people saying, I didn't see the whole fight, but I heard such and such a thing. And I said, ain't it funny how in the highlights they didn't even show no headbutts? So people was trying to make it look like Katie Taylor won. Katie didn't win that fight as far as I'm concerned. And I'm not going to change that because I don't feel... I saw the fight 3 times I watched it. And like I said, nah, she didn't win that fight. The first time I watched it, I in my opinion, didn't change. I didn't watch it to see if I was going to change my opinion. Like I told you, I watched it 3 times, because I wanted... I'm looking and assessing what I'm seeing in them. And I watched the Delphine Persoon versus Baumgartner fight. And, because that's their latest performances. I'm looking and I'm there. And I feel like Baumgartner, right now, might be able to beat both of them. Like I said, 2-3 years ago, I would have went with both of them over Baumgartner because Baumgartner, her stamina, she empties her tank and it's like she's helpless, man. She's just, and I know that if she gets tired against Amanda Serrano's going to turn up. And she's going to she's going to push her. She's not going to allow her to get that second win. She's not going to do that shit. Now, when I saw the Leonardo 2 rematch, I'm watching Baumgartner, and I'm like, okay, she's cutting the shot better. She's timing it better. And, I remember people saying she got tired. I didn't see her in that fight where she looked like she was drained and tired or whatever. But at the same time, it's a different pace against Amanda Serrano, but Serrano's so easy to hit, man. And y'all sit here and act like her style is so flawless, like she's not look, she did what she did. You can't take her accomplishments away. But her style, she is there to be fucking hit, bro. And with them fucking slow feet and no, like I said, women's divisions aren't that deep. So this is why I'm saying when you narrow it down, who can you fight that's going to give you the best fights? And the thing is, if she felt she was getting butted purposely, why couldn't she do anything different against Taylor? It goes to show you she's one-dimensional. She's one-dimensional. But she's good at what she does. But once again, there's going to be styles. A person that can move, that's why the people complaining, all Skye Nicholson do is run. She's a runner. Yeah, I know. Y'all saying that shit because y'all scared. That's the style that's going to beat Amanda Serrano. Clearly. It could have went either way. No, clearly. And this is what I'm saying. If this fight happens, like Skye Nicholson said, she don't want to fight me. I know she doesn't want to fight me. And if she's not going to fight me, then let the belts go. And she also said, which I don't know if I actually made that point earlier, she said, one of the excuses that she's going to try to make Serrano is this whole, she want to go 3 minutes, 12 rounds. She said, she said that she spoke about it not to Serrano, just in general, saying she think women's boxing should be 2 minutes a round. But if that's what it's going to take, fine, no problem. 12 3-minute rounds. Let's go. Let's do it. So there's no excuse. Now, Baumgartner says, well, are you going to pay me for those 3 minutes? Are you going to pay me? Yeah, I feel like they should pay them. But I don't think it should be a reason for them not take this fight. Why? This is a fight where now, not only am I challenging another champion, challenging someone that has more notoriety than me, I'm challenging someone who basically top 3 best women fighters that they have in rank. So I'm going to go take everything from her. Then the ball is in my court. So guess what? The same way, I don't like the fact that you have a problem with not taking the fight for 3 minutes. Of course, negotiate it. Stop making an excuse. Negotiate. Okay, y'all gonna pay me 3 minutes for 12 rounds? No problem. Pay me. Let's make it happen. Don't sit and go, I'm not gonna fight 3 minutes. No, you already saying no. Skye Nicholson ain't saying no. You see what I'm saying? And like I'm saying, I'm not. And let me make this clear. Let me say this. Everybody's getting older. I'm not saying I think Baumgartner wins because Katie Taylor's getting old or because Serrano's getting old. No, they're the same fucking fighters. With Katie, you see the last fight she had. The movement was there. I still say she was quicker a couple years ago. Her feet was faster and her hands was faster. Baumgartner showed me more poise. She showed me more maturity with, not just emptying the tank for no reason. Because when I say that, it's because it's like you're going for broke because you ran a good shot and the fighter you fighting didn't even go down. And even when they did go down, she was just so desperate to try to get the knockout. But once again, how do we prove who wins? It's by the fights happening. Baumgartner herself, when I watched the Delphine Persoon fight, it made me go, all right, because the fight stopped because of So once again, we have a situation of what? Baumgartner needing a fight. Katie Taylor is who she's aiming for, but you haven't heard anything about negotiations. They're already talking about trying to make a third fight between the two of them, right? So what does that leave Baumgartner? You understand what I'm saying? Now, Baumgartner's talking all this shit about Claressa Shields, right? Fighting at 147. Well, the way I see it, Michaela Mayer has a belt at 147. Go to 147. Fight Michaela Mayer. Why not? Why not? You don't want to go down in weight. You want to go up. So go fight Michaela Mayer. If you was willing to go and fight Claressa Shields at 147 like you claimed, then that means you had no problem fighting Michaela Mayer at 147. And she said she definitely have no problem with that rematch. So go make it happen. See, and this is part of the problem. Everybody's sitting on the outside trying to talk about who they want to fight. Oh, I definitely want that fight with this one. Oh, I definitely want that fight with that one. Every time you hear people doing that, don't shit happen between them and that fighter. Why? It's too many people you talking about you want to fight. Focus on one person at a time. To me, the most realistic fight that really should be made between with Baumgartner, to me, is Michaela Mayer. Why? We know Michaela want that rematch. We know she want that rematch. Baumgartner says she wants it. That's the easiest fight to make. Have you ever heard Katie Taylor or Amanda Serrano come out their face and say, I want to fight Baumgartner? No. If someone asked them and bring her name up, whatever the discussion turns into is what it turns into, but you don't hear them ever bringing up her name. You don't hear Serrano or Taylor talking about they want to go up and fight Claressa Shields. And the thing about it, and also let me say this too, because y'all get so suckered in by fucking topic, by thumbnails. When you see videos and let's say it's titled something like Skye Nicholson fires shots at Amanda Serrano. She ain't firing no shots at Amanda Serrano. She was asked questions and she answered them. Then you see thumbnails with somebody that's trying to make you think somebody went at someone. Someone coming at you, telling you, well, ask you, did you hear the interview I did with such and such? Well, I talked to such and such and she said this, that about you. Of course they're going to say something. Look, let me tell y'all like this. Let's say, for example, right, I fight Alexander Usyk. I knock Usyk the fuck out. Ja Opataya goes, well, hey, man, it was a good performance by Aries, but, I think, I could beat him. I think pound for pound, I'm better than him, blah, 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 this and that. Do you think I give a fuck what Ja Opataya has to say? Now, I can simply say, well, Ja, I'm glad you're so confident, but here's the deal. Since you wanted to say my name, this obvious is an interest there, right? You can always come to heavyweight, and I will gladly knock your little ass out. Now, what if Ja Opataya responds and goes, nah, let's meet at the catch weight, 200 pounds even. Ja, go fuck yourself. My focus is not on you, little man. You calling me out, saying my name, but you don't want to come up and fight at heavyweight. Typical punk ass shit. until you ready to come to heavyweight, we have nothing to talk about. I don't give a fuck if Jai Opataya did 20 fucking interviews or 20,000 and he keeps saying Aries don't want the smoke, Aries don't want the smoke. And then you got idiot fans going in comment sections going, yo, Aries don't want that smoke because Jai called him out. No. Here's the deal. I'm too much man for pussy ass conversation. Little man, if you want your ass whooped, come to heavyweight. Why the fuck would I be calling out a fucking cruiserweight? So, just you saying my name, either you're clout chasing or you want this smoke. And until you fucking say you want to fight, you coming up to heavyweight, we don't have nothing to talk about. Otherwise, you're doing bitch shit. Now, we can also run into each other at a press conference and I'll beat his ass and slam him on his fucking face and stomp him out. Do you understand what I'm... So, like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not into all that goofy shit. Either you want to fucking fight or you don't. And this is what the fans do, what the content creators do. They go through all this goofy shit. Back and forth. He said this about her. She said this about him. And who cares what the fuck y'all said? That's all y'all do is talk. What we need to happen is people move more like what I'm saying. Listen, you want the fight? Send the contract. Right? Send the fucking contract. Just like I'm in front of this camera, I'm going to go right in front of the camera and I'm going to say, send the fucking contract. Whoever the fucking fighter is, you want the fight, right? You send the contract, have your team, y'all know what to do. This is business. We going to have proper negotiations. We know what's what, right? Send the fucking contract. Until you send a contract, don't make a pussy out yourself and sit in front of this camera and try to talk tough and try to make these fans think you want something that you don't. This is what I'm telling you. I don't give a fuck if you make 10 million videos about me. Until you send me a contract. And when you do, I'm going to show it to the public. I'm going to read the motherfucker. I'm going to sign it. I'm going to show them. We're going to send this motherfucker back to you. We going to motherfucking make the fight happen. If you don't want to fucking fight, don't waste my time trying to act tough on a fucking video. Simple. No. Y'all want to fucking have people sit in front of you and go into full WWE mode and pretend it's something that it's not. No, I don't care about all that. So if your little ass is too fucking small for 154, then shut the fuck up. Because all you're going to do is talk and talk and talk. And because idiot fans will jump in comment sections, oh, Shields don't want that smoke. I know. All these motherfuckers, you know, to show you how two-faced y'all motherfuckers are, the reason y'all turned y'all backs on Savannah Marshall is because the beatdown was so fucking one-sided. And Savannah fought the best that she could. So do you think that Alicia Baumgartner could beat Savannah Marshall? Do you think Katie Taylor could beat Savannah Marshall? Do you think fucking Amanda Serrano could beat Savannah Marshall? Now, I think y'all know the answer to that. But she failed. So now, your hope relies on what? A person that you know is too small and will never fight her. But you feel better being able to say to yourself and to the fools that are listening to you that she's better than Shields. Who gives a fuck about what you think, man? Opinions are opinions. Who gives a fuck? I'm not here to try to change anybody's mind about their opinion. See, the problem with your fucking opinions is most of y'all don't even think for yourself. Y'all repeat shit and y'all don't think with common sense. I just tell you this. I hope, nothing against Serrano, nothing against Taylor. I hope that these women, Baumgartner, whoever, Michaela Mayer, I hope all these women that y'all fucking trying to put over Shields find the fucking heart to go to 154. When she beat the fuck out of him, I'm not even going to say I told you so. Just remember who told you. So you can say it for me. Damn, Aries, you told me. Shields would kill them, man. They have nothing for her. Nothing. That's why it makes me laugh. I heard somebody made a comment talking about Franchon Cruz. Yo, she's the one person that could beat Shields. Yo, she got better as a fighter. Did you motherfuckers not just see the fucking Franchon Cruz Savannah Marshall fight? Did you not see the Shields Savannah Marshall fight? You do realize that Shields also got way better, right? And them two fought on their debut fights. So where the fuck do y'all come up with this goofy shit? She gotten better, but she got her ass whooped. Look, by somebody that Shields beat easily. Smoked her 10 rounds to 2. Yeah, but I'm just saying, y'all, this is the type of shit that's going on. And, you know, all this ass kissing, like, I don't like ass kisses, bro. I like, be real. Be a man, be a woman, stand on your stand up with dignity. Trying to fit in with people and tell them what they want to hear. You know what's so crazy? Because there's channels I completely forget about. And then one day, we might do a video of the same topic or something, and maybe they video pop up on my feed. I'm down, I forgot about this person, right? You know what I find really funny? Is if I ever just take a listen, them same motherfuckers is still talking the same lame shit about the same fighters, still kissing ass, still trying to get ahead, and they still didn't get the viewership that they want. And they doing all this ass kissing, but so many people do it. And they jump on these videos, acting like a bunch of goofballs, acting like a bunch of little anything other than men. And they sit up here and they try to appease different audiences. I'm going to tell you what you fail to realize. These people look at you and go, this motherfucker sell his own people out. What the fuck? Why would I trust him? Because this is the type of shit y'all do. Like I said, it's not about favoritism and supporting bullshit, but that's what y'all do. The same thing. Y'all just support the bullshit motherfucking fighters, though. None of it's personal to me. I'm nobody's fucking fan. So, like, when you hear me say, yo, Anthony Joshua just might, well, he might be done. I'm not going to say, you wait. AJ going to come back out. Hey, listen, AJ might come back and get knocked the fuck out in the first round. I don't give a fuck. It's not personal. You understand what I'm saying? So, exactly, like, example, Deontay Wilder fans won't say the same shit that I'm saying about AJ. They won't say the same shit I say about Deontay, even though it's the truth. How the fuck can I sit here and tell you what the fuck AJ gonna do when he comes back? How the fuck can I sit here and promise you what AJ... I don't know what the fuck AJ gonna do if and when he comes back. That's that man's business. If anything, if he comes back and it's not a tune-up and he decides to go straight to a top fight, great. But if he gets cooked, he just gets cooked. If he wins, then he wins. So when you hear me say, he's the heavyweight that I want to see win, yeah, but I don't personally care. It's not like if he lose, oh, no, that shit don't happen. So, bottom line, only a fucking fool would look at his last performance and sit here and go, oh, he gonna come back better than ever. Remember when Mike Tyson went to jail, people were like, yo, I hate to be the first person that Mike fight when he come back. He gonna be mad. No, okay, so this is how we win fights now, just because we're mad. Okay, whatever, man. When Mike came back, he looked rusty. His timing was off. Movement was off. Didn't look the same, but the power was still there. And, you know, he got the knockout. I remember him fighting Peter McNeely, Buster Mathis Jr. I remember when he fought against, when he fought Holyfield, man, they had wrote Holyfield off before the fight was even signed. But it's so funny how when Holyfield went there and did his thing, all of these fucking excuses. And, more recently, Holyfield had put out a tweet talking about a third fight with him and Mike. Mike Tyson responded and said, there's one reason that I refused to fight Evander. In one word, he put friendship. And he said, our friendship is worth more than getting in the ring fighting. Then Holyfield said, you know what, I agree with that too. And so, my whole thing is, there was no reason for either one of them to go in there and embarrass themselves. There was no reason for any one of them to go in there and try to put on. I mean, that would make more sense than Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Or Holyfield versus Jake Paul. But you understand what I'm saying? That's not what it was. They decided to go Mike versus Jake. And this was Netflix's first fight. So guess what? Their first fight card. So guess what? Let's come in with a bang. Now, like I said before, the thing is, did they put the wrong card on? Because no matter how successful something was the first time, doesn't mean the next card is even going to be accepted. So, like I said, 65 million. Let's see what that number comes down to with the next fight card, and hopefully they put something together that people want to see. Like I said, you don't have to watch something just because it's on, but if you do watch and you see what's the problem is when you look at boxing and see the direction it's going in. Like one of the families, somebody sent me. I saw that fight, y'all. Thank you to the family member that sent that the link to Muhammad Ali versus Lyle Alzado. Yeah, I saw that shit. This is what I've been telling y'all. Circus shit has been going on way before Floyd. I've been telling y'all that, and I'm like, yo, and none of them made close to what Floyd and Conor made. Just think, Floyd versus Conor made more money than Floyd versus Pacquiao. Think about it. Think about it. What's his name? Pacquiao made 120 million, something like that, 100 million in that fight against Floyd. Floyd made 200 million. Against Conor made 100 million, Floyd made 300 million. Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. None of those fights came close to that. But yeah, I remember that. When I'm like, yep, that's what I'm telling you. Ali versus Lyle Alzado. Ali versus Antonio Inoki. Ali versus Gorilla Monsoon. They was actually trying to set up Muhammad Ali versus Wilt Chamberlain. But it never happened. And this is what I'm telling you. And I remember reading something one day where they was talking about when the people found out that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was one of Bruce Lee's students, that the images of them from the movie scene where Bruce is kicking at him and he's kicking at Bruce and the size difference, they basically, this whole thing with Ali and Wilt Chamberlain, and they were trying to make it where fighters from different sports fought each other. Okay, what did Shaq and whoever that football player, I forget, remember his name, guy we stand next to, was talking about they're going to have football players versus basketball players and all that. Did remember Mike Tyson said that same thing when he first talked about that Triller app? And he's going to have imagine if we had Meta World Peace versus this person and all that. Remember, this is what I'm saying. These are old ideas being recycled. This is what I've been saying. And this type of shit, man, is it was a different mindset, a different era of time, but it's not new. I've been telling you guys this for the longest. There's several other boxers that fought against, mixed martial artists. So look, it's not nothing new. The problem now is you got all these super greedy people that basically just want to make money and don't give a shit about the sport of boxing. They think as long as they're making money, as long as something has a successful attendance record, a live gate number and all this kind of shit, and pay-per-view buys or views, streams and all that it's a success, but they don't think you might have pushed people away more than you gained people. Like them 65 million viewers might not tune in again to watch another boxing event. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's still a high number. Who you going to put in there that 65 million people going to watch the next one? Who? Fuck. Oliver McCall just came back and fought the other night and won a fight. Maybe Jake Paul will fight Oliver McCall next. Who knows? Just saying, y'all. These type of things that are going on, people are overlooking the reality of what's really happening, man. People are just so into their own little. It's like they have behind this wall of it's just stuck on stupid. Like you're boxed in a box called stupid, and they just, don't know how to get out. They all just keep jumping doing this. Nobody goes, hold up, I got an idea. What? How about I put my hands together, you step on my hands, and I push you up. Then I push you up. Then I push you up. Then all y'all, right, pull a rope down, and I'm put. Think. No, they keep doing the same shit. This is what I've been telling you guys, man. Boxing has got to that damn point. Skye Nicholson's a hater because she want to fight Serrano, and Serrano purposely tries to dismiss. If you look at any Amanda Serrano interview, she always tries to dismiss fighting Skye Nicholson. See, you as a fucking fanboy and a simp might think different, but Serrano knows Skye Nicholson is more of a threat than you think. This is exactly the point what I'm saying. And the fact of the matter is, if you go from saying, well, she wanted to fight, so hey, I'm a fighter, let's go. Then when they bring up Skye Nicholson, well, it's up to my promoters. I fight who they tell me to fight. Why you didn't have the same energy? You didn't say that about the last fighter. You said she wanted to fight, so hey, let's go. Well, Skye Nicholson wants to fight too. Like I said, Boots Ennis is a hater for wanting to fight Crawford. Keyshawn Davis he's a hater for wanting to fight Tank. Everybody's a hater for wanting to fight somebody. But then when you got somebody who really don't want to fight, but they use somebody's name for clout. Oh yeah. I don't get this goofy shit, man. I can't relate to it. I tell you what though. If Amanda Serrano, if they end up taking that fight with Skye Nicholson at 126 pounds, it's not about going, yeah, but she did this. Yeah, we know what she did. People just need to learn how to say who the better fighter was. That's all. Who the better fighter was. Who else at 126? I mean, there's a couple names. That she could fight at 126. But Skye Nicholson is as good or better than any of them. What's the African girl name? Elizabeth, how you say her name? Oshamba or something like that? I seen her for there's a couple names that but I mean, Skye Nicholson is as good as any of them. Why not fight Skye Nicholson? How many times have you heard us talk about Ramla Ali's name, right? Once in a while her name comes up. Nobody even talks about Ramla Ali. It's like they don't even remember she's boxing until a card happens. Oh, she's on the card? Or, oh yeah, I like Ramla Ali. They don't even remember who Ramla Ali is. This is what I'm saying. They don't think about it. It's not a deep, women's boxing isn't deep like that. And men's boxing is to the point where it doesn't matter if it's deep or not. Trying to get these dudes to fight is the problem. That's the problem. I have no problem with Skye Nicholson versus Amanda Serrano. I'd rather see that than to see Katie Taylor versus Serrano 3. Let other people fight for titles. I don't like this selfish shit, man. Y'all want to hold titles. You don't want to defend the titles, right? But then it's like people are calling you out and you don't want to fight them. But then you claim I'm the best in that division. All right, well, if you're the best in that division, you hold him, then fight. Prove it. We can't go by, we know what you did in the past, but no, go fight at 126 now, defend your titles. I like Amanda Serrano as a fighter, flat out. But I'm not going to sit up here and sugarcoat shit for nobody. I don't care who the fighter is. I don't care who the fucking fighter is. We need to focus on what's going on in the ring. What pertains to the ring and stop all this little sissy-ass, soft, sensitive. Well, he said this about me. She don't like my sneakers. He said my hair looks stupid. So what? So what? That gives you more reason to want to punch the motherfucker in the face. Get in the ring and fight and stop all of this goofy he said, she said. Look, I could have went live with y'all, right? I really could have. But nah. I didn't really want to go live right now because I wanted to get all of this out and say what I have to say about this because I don't want to have to, But yeah, I'm for Skye Nicholson versus Amanda. I don't give a fuck who you think will win. That's the one thing they're always quick to try to tell you why a fight shouldn't happen, and that's exactly what I'm against. I don't care even if you think Skye Nicholson will win, fine. I don't care. Make the fight happen. That's what I'm talking about. Man, this generation is so against fights happening. What the fuck? It's like, I'm going to open a restaurant. Yo, Aries, man. Oh, congratulations on the restaurant. So what you got? Oh, we ain't got no food. Man, I just opened the restaurant. I ain't selling no food. So what the fuck would you come there and take a seat in my restaurant for? You going to bring food from home and come sit in my restaurant and eat it there? The fuck, right? It defeats the purpose. It defeats the purpose. We're fighters. Let's fight. You fans are worse than the promoters. You're worse than these fighters that want to sit here and talk shit but don't really want to fight. Y'all I don't understand this shit. I just don't get it, man. But I do know a lot of it is because you don't feel as confident that the fighter you sitting up here simping for will actually beat that fighter. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. You don't have to like Skye Nicholson as a fighter. I like her as a fighter. Always did like her as a fighter. And I honestly feel like Skye Nicholson will be a problem for Amanda Serrano. Because Skye Nicholson is not going to stand there and just get hit with big shots. Not saying she can't get countered and get caught. Of course she can. But, she should be sharp. She should be on top of her game. And understand, I'm going to pick her apart, make her run into shit. She going to come here trying to throw. And one thing you got to remember about Amanda Serrano don't know how to cut off a ring. She just follows you around the ring. The problem with most women fighters is they don't know how to fucking fight off the back foot. They just move. They move around the ring, try to get out of harm's way. But they'll move, stop, plant their feet, and just this shit. You understand what I'm saying? Skye Nicholson don't do that shit. So she's not giving Amanda Serrano as many opportunities to land as the motherfuckers who, even though Katie is more busy, Katie Taylor, bottom line is Katie Taylor still has it and Amanda still has it. But Katie Taylor, like I said, stylistically, Serrano knows she her style is just more effective against Katie. Put it like that. Watching the two of them fight, I like Katie's skill set better than I like Amanda's skill set. But against each other, Serrano was more effective. So when people are saying there was no robbery, bro, 324 punches landed to 217. Come on, man. Y'all do the math. That's not even close, bro. Y'all do the math. It's not even close. That all being said, I would like to see Amanda Serrano versus Skye Nicholson. Rematch between Baumgartner and Michaela Mayer at 147. And hell, if Baumgartner really want that smoke like she claimed with Shields, she'd be like, I'm at 147 now. You know what? Let me train and see what it feel like to fight at 154. And then back all that big mouth up because she keep talking that shit. And even somebody, she keep talking about tell Shields to be a woman of her word. Like, man, stop that. Stop that bullshit, man. You don't want to fight her. But that's the fight that I would like to see happen. Amanda Serrano and Skye Nicholson, Michaela Mayer and Baumgartner. And as far as Katie Taylor goes, I really don't know. I really don't know. And like I said, if she's not gonna, if Baumgartner's not ready to go up and fight Michaela Mayer at 147, it's good. It's easy to talk shit about who you want to fight, but people need to start sending out contracts, need to start negotiating, and you're not hearing nothing about nobody sending contracts or nothing. So, and listen, if I would rather see, put like this, I'd rather see Katie or Amanda Serrano fight anybody other than each other in the third fight. I don't give a fuck about a third fight. I don't need to see it. I don't need to see it again. I don't care. I don't need to see it again. No matter what happens in the third fight, it's not going to erase the first two. And she might fuck around and clean sweep it and just another third fight, she get a decision. Who knows? I don't care. But even for Michaela Mayer, man, like, hell, if these women really want to go up, fuck it. Katie, go up to 147. Or accept, a challenge or send out a challenge to Michaela go down to 140. Whatever. But if that's not going to happen, fuck it. You, Michaela Mayer, defend your belt at 147 or go to 154 and fight Shields. Whatever. But all of this jumping on social media, talking, I'm not with all that bullshit. I feel like people just do too much talking. Make the fights happen. That's what it is. Plain and simple. Point blank, period. Skye Nicholson versus Amanda Serrano, 126. Put up or shut up. There's no reason to not make that fight happen. Don't give a fuck who you think wins. Don't give a fuck who wins. Let's just get the fight. Plain and simple. Talk to me in the comment section. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people. And I will catch y'all on the next video.